We're home, I called out loudly as I shut the door behind us, instinctively locking it. The animus attacks had left behind some emotional scars. My hand fluttered toward my neck, rubbing at the spot where I'd been wounded. Mortally. Even if the physical marks had disappeared from Asclepius's work, the emotional ones ran far deeper than traditional healing could manage. Immortality had taught me that some scars would never heal. The house was unusually quiet, and there had still been no response to my greeting. A trickle of anxiety ran through me, and I widened my senses, my power, so that I could seek out any traces of fear or pain nearby. But I came up empty. Whatever Clara and Zane were caught up with, it wasn't something nasty. I could sense Shade in the basement, alone with his ever-simmering frustration. Still, I found it hard to trust my growing magic. Even though I couldn't sense any fear or distress coming from them, marrying that with the fear the attacks had left me with sometimes felt impossible. I wouldn't feel satisfied until I could see them with my own eyes to be sure they were safe. But I couldn't let Alora know that. For her sake, I needed to keep my anxiety to myself. Alora ran ahead of me into the kitchen as I kicked off my shoes and slid on my slippers instead. It was still before noon, so it was acceptable-ish. I followed her into the kitchen and found it was also empty. "It looks like it's just us," I told her. "Cereal it is." I opened the cupboard door and started listing off the most boring ones I could see. Granola, Fiber One, Special K, porridge. Yuck, they are. Alora wrinkled her pert little nose in disgust and bounced on the balls of her feet. "You don't want those?" My brows knitted together in faux confusion. "But you don't like the others? I mean, Cheerios, Fruit Loops, Cap'n Crunch?" I grimaced exaggeratedly. "Yummy, yummy, yummy they are!" Alora shouted excitedly. "Please, can I?" She pointed at the Fruit Loops. "Please, please!" "Ugh, I suppose you could have these yucky ones," I said with a loud sigh and quick glance around to see if Shade was in earshot. It was an unspoken rule that he got first dibs on the Fruit Loops, always. But he wasn't in sight or hearing.